Meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Schulte, Mr. Loring,
Here.
Mr. Helmers, Mr. DeBoer.
Here.
I'm here this week. We have an agenda for today's meeting, June 24, to consider.
Any changes?
I don't have any.
Make a motion on the agenda.
We have a motion from Schulte, support from DeBoer for approval of today's agenda. Any discussion? None. Those in favor signify with aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Approval. Next, we would look at minutes from the June 10 meeting. Interested in approval of those minutes.
Support.
A motion for approval from Loring, support from Schulte. Discussion on the minutes. No discussion. Those in favor of approval signify with aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Next, look at a July schedule. The 8th and the 22nd.
Yeah.
Anything other else?
Not that I know of at this time.
Full motion for the dates.
What were the dates?
8th and 22nd.
22nd. I'll support that.
A motion from DeBoer, support from Helmers for approval of July's schedule is July 8 and 22. Any further discussion? If not, those in favor of approval signify with aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Next, look to discuss trees on the courthouse grounds. Reggie, you bringing that to
Here's
us?
some pictures that Reggie took.
Yeah, took quite a beating on the south end or whatever, and there's one left. On the west tree, we have lost a limb. Two by the rocks, the rock out there for the one is, I don't want to say it, it's got a big hole in the middle where the one limb broke off to the east, and then there's a pretty good sized hole. I'm thinking the next time we get a wind, it's gonna probably break the rest of the way. The one on the east side of the rock, it's got a big twist where it kind of rolled and then goes off towards the side, over the sidewalk. We'll have to do something there. And then there's some branches up top that blew off that they're okay. I mean, there's nothing gonna fall out of them anymore, but it's, I don't know how to word it besides, they're nice, they were nice trees, to put it that way, but we're gonna have to do something. Lose the two around the rocks or what we gotta do. Gotta have something done, and it's not gonna be pretty once it's cleaned up, I guess, in my opinion. So I don't know if we gotta tear out the new trees then, or what everybody's opinion would be on that.
Are they on our property or on the city?
Our property. Yeah, I think they're getting rid of the trees on the curb side, or on the street side, because they don't wanna deal with that anymore either, I think. So, if there's trees, it's usually on our, people's property or whatever. So, yeah, I don't know if he has, I think we have some pictures, but I don't know if, that does any justice, but yeah, it's, like I said, it's one that's gone. I don't know if we want to replace that or grind the roots out and do something in that spot or leave it open. And that's trim everything.
Yeah.
I can do some checking. Like I said, after all the windstorms, I'm assuming that it'll be quite a while for a guy to get somebody to come. I'd probably do a bid on it, but I'm sure it'll be quite a while before they could show up. Like I said, I haven't done any calling to find that out, until talking to you guys.
Conservation have any access to like an arborist or somebody that would know more as to the viability of what's left, or if it gets trimmed so far?
The tree trim guys are probably know about as much as anybody out here. If we can save them, I'd like to see them saved. If they're too far gone, then. Up and down,
Sorry, I can't hear you over there.
I said if we could save them, that'd be my first, but if they're too far gone,
The guy goes in there and does a little work to them, but yeah, they won't be nearly as pretty as what they were before. I can see that too. It's nice to have the bigger full trees. But yeah, we can do some checking and see whatever you guys prefer to do.
I kind of agree with Jerry. If we can save them, I'd like to save them.
Should we reach out to that Bales then? Right, he's the one that did, reach out to him, or is there somebody else that you know of to reach out to, or
Town and Country, like Park.
Town and Country?
The county boys have hired Brian quite up to do the overhead stuff.
Okay,
there's a guy at Shelby too, I think he's number.
okay,
He's pretty reasonably kind of took knocked out. Very reasonable.
okay. Yeah, just give me that number then, and, okay.
I'd like to thank Secondary Road too for the work they did
There's
cleaning.
another young kid in Lake Park starting up too, Rochelle, I'll get his number.
Okay. And for Reggie did a lot of work too, so they all, Secondary Roads and Reggie all deserve the credit for this. They all
You guys
deserve
getting
it.
that done, and
When they come in with their equipment, it makes everything really nice.
But there's still little tweaks you had to pick up, so,
That's mine.
yeah, well. So we really do appreciate all your
And
help,
everybody
thank
got a
you.
little practice doing that sort of thing around town.
anything further concerning those trees, the needs? We discussed the storage shed.
Yeah.
Clarity, is this the one we're thinking about taking down, or the one that's
Well,
tall one that's standing there?
we were hoping to put some steel on it and keep it, because we'll just say over winter, we had it completely full of county and our equipment. I know nobody likes the way it looks, but I guess I got a bid for steel to, the material would be like $4,300, basically $4,281. That's to do the roof and the sides, steel or whatever, and then, what would you say that would probably be, $14 a square foot to do that or whatever, wasn't it?
Well, we kind of threw some labor in there and stuff.
Yeah, so it'd be like,
Soon about 10K all in,
just to,
about $14 a square foot, utilize it.
for, compared to what the new building costs, that would be,
The ambulance, the new building that we just built is about $61 a square foot to build the building.
so it's worth saving. I would think it would be, it'll never blow away,
It's solid, I think, but it's just ugly.
New steel across the roof and the sides.
Cheaper than new one.
Nobody would ever,
Solid but unsightly. So.
yeah, basically, yeah. If we made it pretty fur, nobody would notice it or say it.
But then that little building is still leave, wouldn't it?
We're going to actually side that building, but at our cost, because we are going to use that building.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
we're
like I said, they were both completely full, over winter, because
Yeah.
nobody likes leaving anything outside if you can have a place to
Could we use a stall or something in that new building?
The new building,
Yeah.
we were gonna use the smaller of the two buildings, because it has a nice high roll-up door. We were gonna use that for our purposes. We've never been ones to want to use the new building. That was not built for our purposes. I think we parked the truck in there whenever we lost our shed to the fire, but we don't consider that building to be for our purposes. It's not for us. So,
I'm just thinking, well, would it be easier to use the stall in there instead of keeping the other ones?
for the one that Reggie got that for, the quote for it.
Storage space is always at a premium, no matter what.
And the jail, some of the materials from the jail is supposed to go in that storage shed too, right? Is what I was told by John.
We gave a temporary code to the contractor to start storing some materials in there as well.
So it's gonna get full fast. But I don't know how much material is going in there, I have no idea, but just FYI.
Basically, keeping that building would be a premium, I think, just for the fact that we have more storage.
So gentlemen, do we want to move back to Jerry's original preference for that building? And not seeing it torn down, but keeping it? Not getting any bids to tear it down to help your cause. If we've now identified that it would be helpful, I think 10,000 is probably worth having it look better if we're going to use it.
I would definitely want to see it look better than what it does.
I would encourage us to take action since we've previously went to bid or made decisions to have it deconstructed, or whatever word you want to use.
I would make a motion to go ahead and try to fix it up and make it look pretty. I'll support it.
Mind if it includes rescind the intent to remove the
Is that the way you
building
wanna do it?
and take the steps to,
And I would rescind our previous motion to tear it down.
motion from Helmers, is that support from Loring? Have that motion from Helmers, support from Loring for improvements on those buildings and rescinding the prior motion to remove the building. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor of the motion signify with aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. We have action approved. We have 2 minutes. Do we want to consider the approval of the county attorney appointment? Our initial action identified July 1, but that was not what the ad that was put in the paper had said. It's been re-advertised. Do we want to, out of an abundance of caution, take action again, or are we content with the prior approach?
She is starting July 1st.
So you need a motion to have her start July 1st.
Just throwing the cautions, I suppose, doesn't hurt.
Confirming the July 1 appointment date for Don Wilson as county
I'll make that
attorney.
motion.
We have a motion from Schulte, support from DeBoer, affirming the appointment date of July 1 for Don Wilson as county attorney. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signify with aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. All right, we did get it done.
All right, second
Motion
that.
by DeBoer,
Okay.
or motion by Schulte, support from
Okay.
DeBoer, yes. Abby, would you like to have the main seat here? It is 9 o'clock. We have the mental health advocate available and meeting with us today. This is Abby Wallin. back when we were with, the old Care Connection, or Sioux, yeah, it was Care Connection, Northwest Iowa Care Connections. We were part with Lyon counties, or O'Brien County, so I saw her a little more often. Since I
Yeah.
joined Sioux Rivers, not quite as often, but she still provided services. So
Yeah.
would you mind giving us an update or an explanation?
Sure. Like Jason said, I've been the mental health advocate for Osceola County for almost 10 years now, just a little bit over 9 years. I'm sure you guys have been made aware that there's some reorganization at the state level with the mental health and disability service regions. Those are going away, and they're moving into districts with an ASO and a DAP. The advocates are not necessarily included in any of that reorganization. The counties are still required to have an advocate appointed. We're still employed by a county. My employer of record is O'Brien. We're allowed to share advocate services across districts and across counties. So our auditor had sent out an agreement to each county. I'll serve hopefully 8. I had been serving 9. This is very similar to what we had before. We were in a 2080 agreement with my Care Connections counties. We used that 2080 agreement and the contract that I had with Sioux Rivers to draft this new agreement. So everything is virtually the same in there, except for the reimbursement piece. So prior to July 1st, O'Brien County was getting reimbursed for my services through the Mental Health and Disability Service region. Moving forward from July 1st, we'll start billing the ASO. And I'm sure there's questions about the payment, the reimbursement, how that's going to work, what it's going to cost you guys. I'm open to having those discussions if there are questions. Per this agreement, O'Brien County is willing to bill on behalf of all the counties who enter into an agreement. So your auditor's office will not have to bill the ASO for any of my services. O'Brien County will do that for you. So hopefully that'll simplify it a little bit so we don't have so much money, shifting from one place to the other. So ideally, what we anticipate is this won't actually cost the counties any money. It's not going to come out of your coffers. It's going to be reimbursed by the ASO at the state level.
But it likely will come out of our coffers and then be reimbursed to us. So we need to budget for it. It's approved
No.
that it can be
Yep, so O'Brien
reimbursed
County,
without that transaction. Okay.
yeah, we were told by HHS and Iowa PCA that we would know how we're supposed to submit invoices or billing for our services by May 15th. It's now the 24th of June. We still don't know what that's going to look like, but O'Brien County has enough money built into our budget to front my salary for 3 months. Previously, the mental health and disability service regions were front loading my salary. We would get paid for 3 months in advance. Now we're going to be back loading it from the ASO. So O'Brien County does have money in their budget to front that salary for 3 months while we figure out the reimbursement piece. So still, some counties have budgeted a small amount of money just in case. That's totally up to you guys. We're not anticipating that anybody's going to need to use that, except maybe O'Brien. So
We did budget a small amount, 2,000, 2,500. It wasn't much
Yep.
because we thought we would have to reimburse, but now we
Right.
don't have to. It sounds
That
like.
was
Correct.
based off Abby's figures of
Right.
Yep.
utilization by our
Yep.
county or services on behalf of our county.
yeah,
with the
your
whole
guys'
contract,
county
so.
tends to be very light as far as a caseload goes. I think right now maybe I only have 1 case here. So respectively, with all my other counties, it's very small. It is. The caseload is very light. However, when we have cases here, they do tend to be somewhat significant usually. So
I think when you sent this out, the main note from our attorney was that, just so we're aware, O'Brien County has the authority to set the salary since she's their employee providing services for the other contracted counties. But
I think we tend to be pretty reasonable about that. So. Do we have any questions? I mean, even just questions about what the service even is. I don't know if you guys are very familiar.
Yeah, that may be a good education for me
Yeah, I was
too
gonna say,
to
update
know.
us a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep. So An advocate is appointed by the court when somebody is committed to involuntarily receive mental health services. And then we kind of act as, the easiest way to explain it is we act as a liaison between the client and the court and the attorneys and the providers. We can request an attorney be appointed to the client if we feel like it's necessary. Realistically, it's just a lot of monitoring of those clients to make sure that they're doing what the court is ordering them to do and they have what they need to be successful. So it's a lot of tracking of things. The list of things I don't do is much shorter than the list of things that I do. So I do a lot of work with the attorneys, the county attorneys, the magistrates, judges, providers. So, and in this county as well. I was just hanging out with your magistrate downstairs for a minute, so.
Anything further for Abby? Something that, I don't know that we have a good other option, so I don't know that we.
Thanks, Jason.
want-
I've got confidence in you.
As usual, you don't say things well or right, but
I think for you guys, it's.
there's no one better than Abby, so we wouldn't have a better option to even explore.
For you guys, it's beneficial that you can share this service with other counties because you really don't need a full-time person here doing this. And quite frankly, even a part-time person would be super part-time. So I think being allowed to share is really ideal for you guys. So, and I'm happy to do it. I enjoy working in Osceola County, for sure.
So if we would have any issues or something would come to us, we would just reach out to you or do we reach out to or how do we
Like
go
moving
forward?
forward?
Yeah, moving
That's
forward.
a really good question. You guys are always more than welcome to reach out to me directly.
Okay.
I feel like everybody's pretty uncertain about how things are going to work moving forward and who those contact people are going to be, but I think we'll get the hang of it eventually. I'm trying to remain positive that this will be a good change. It's just going to be a little bit turbulent for a while. So yes, you guys are always more than welcome to reach out to me directly and we'll try to figure it out. I mean, that's part of my job. I'm not a system navigator, but certainly I navigate the system with
In
people
theory,
every
the
day.
ASO should have someone in place
Yep.
on the county's behalf to
Yep. So
make that contact or.
Yep. My
I'm sure that's
understanding
working,
based
but-
on what I've learned is they will have system navigators embedded. I think for the most part they'll work remotely from home, but then they'll be, in the community serving people also. And then if you need to get a hold of someone at the ASO, everyone's supposed to call Your Life Iowa, and then they'll dispatch that out to the local people here. But
So-
I think people are just kind of uncomfortable with that because they're used to reaching out to the people they know, right? Like the Abbeys, the Marleys, the Melissas. And that's certainly more than okay with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming we'll get, I know like the clerk of court's office is gonna want something in the sheriff's office, and I would like to have one. I'm sure we'll get something, well, July 1st is next week
Probably
already,
within
but.
July.
Okay.
Yeah. My understanding is it's all supposed to go through Your Life Iowa, so. And then they'll dispatch that out to the local people, but I understand there's comfortability in contacting people that you guys know who are in your communities and serving the constituents here, so. Yeah. We will figure it out, for sure.
You don't have a choice, right?
No, we don't. We don't.
Anything further for Abby, or is there interest in a motion to approve the agreement for mental health advocate services provided to Osceola County?
I would make that motion. Support.
We have a motion from Helmer, support from Schulte for approval of the agreement as presented. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signify with aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Congratulations, Abby. Glad we get to keep you.
I really appreciate it. I'm excited about that. So, and do you have my contact information?
I think maybe an email.
In an email?
Yeah.
Yep,
I'll
you can
look.
share it with the board
Okay.
members, the clerks and the magistrate, they know.
They know who you are, okay.
Yeah,
All right,
absolutely.
sounds
So,
good, thank
Thank you
you.
guys, I
Thank you.
appreciate your time, have a good day.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Alright. Back up to consider approval of Melvin 313 Club fireworks permit for July 5th, 2025.
No one could be here for them. I put this on the agenda. They have all the insurance in place and have added the county as additional insured. It's okay with Nick and his crew from conservation, so.
They'd be using the park.
Yes,
there.
yes. Sorry.
I didn't realize the state had changed the approach to it again. I thought it was the weekend before and after and
Yeah.
before. But
I didn't
that's-
realize that either
That's
until
why
somebody
this
brought
is
it up at the
needed.
meeting, so.
Yeah, July 1st law changed again.
Or is it because they're using the county ground that they need the approval?
No, I think they changed it, the law. I'm not for sure exactly what, isn't that, you can't fire as up to it then,
I think it's only July 3rd and 4th.
yeah, July 3rd and 4th, and then December 31st, I believe, yeah.
I followed that, but is there interest in approval of this permit for the 5th?
I'll make the motion.
Support. We have a motion from Schulte, support from DeBoer for approval of the fireworks permit for July 5. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Consider flex loan approval. We don't have
So
amounts in there.
Sharon had to get a $7,500 loan for their flex spending, and she has to pay that back June 30. So now she needs another loan for $1,500 after July 1st, and then she'll pay us back by the end of the year. Does that make sense?
Everybody recall how that works, that with the flex, employees put money into it, but they do that over the course of the whole year, but they can draw out the full amount that they had elected to put in immediately. So beginning of the year, we funded what would support that up until
Yeah, she has to
July,
pay,
and they
yeah,
haven't had those many requests evidently.
right, she
but
could, yep, she
More
could,
funds come in.
she can pay us back the full $7,500 by June 30, but she needs another loan for $1,500.
The funds were there, but with
Yep.
the fiscal year changing, then that's
Yeah.
just cleaner and better to.
According to
refund it.
Dave, she has to pay it back the fiscal year and at the end of the year, so that's where we're at.
Had it been paid out to the employees, it wouldn't have been an issue, but since it's sitting there, it needs to go back into the county funds, I think.
Because the county is the one that has to give her the loan for that.
What's the deal if she quits? You still get the money, right? How'd that work again?
Well, if they quit, then they'll have to take it out of their, and if they got their full money, we'll have to get it from their paycheck then to pay us back. Fortunately, we haven't had that, maybe one or two over the years, but yeah, I don't say that too loudly, because then that happens,
So $1,500 is the request for
yes.
going into the new fiscal year. Any interest in a motion for approval?
I'll make that motion.
A second.
We have a motion from DeBoer, support from Loring for approval of the $1,500 request for a flex loan to the flex program. Any further discussion? Without any, we'll ask those in favor signify with aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Next, we would consider approval of vendor approval process. In the past, we've had that open to related parties within the county that offer services to the county to submit for approval to please our auditors and to make it more
Is it-
forthright for the public.
It's up to $6,000 now that we can do that. I talked to Dave DeNoble, he said I didn't have to run an ad as long as I posted downstairs and put it on our website, so I plan to do that, like we have in the past.
Make a motion for that vendor approval.
Support. A motion from Loring, support from Helmers to use the vendor approval process again this year. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify with aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. The next one, being aware of that, my father and I have submitted a request for Bosma Water Service. I will abstain from discussion and decision on that. Would you like me to exit the room? And Jerry, do you want to conduct this or?
And I don't think you need to exit the room. That's my opinion.
Now with this approval, is that the only one we can use?
Well, if they submit something, if someone else submits something, we can use that as well.
I'm just
Yeah,
curious.
yep. Yeah, I mean, we should get more from other vendors that are, but Bosma's, as of right now, the only one has submitted anything to us. Hopefully, once I put the ad notice downstairs but no one understands it, so.
I was just waiting for you to dig that hole a little deeper.
Yeah, I'm just good at that today.
I would make that motion for approval of that vendor request.
Well, you're in charge, so I'll make the motion.
Oh, I'm in charge?
I was asking, I don't care. I can ask for the motion and not participate, or you can run the.
You can ask for the motion. I made the motion. He's still in charge.
Okay.
Yeah, I am abstaining from this consideration, but Jerry Helmers made a motion and Mike Schulte supported a motion for approval of Bosma Water Service with their vendor request. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. I abstain. All right, thank you, gentlemen. We now have a list of approvals. First, it would be mileage and meal reimbursement for the upcoming fiscal year.
Currently, we're $40 a day for meal and 50 cents a mile reimbursement.
That's the same as last year.
Yeah, that's what we're currently at right now is $40 a day and 50 cents a mile. So we have going forward, you have to guys decide to keep it the same or increase it.
I don't recall, isn't IRS allow like 55 cents a mile or something?
Yeah, I don't know for sure. I didn't check, that part I didn't check out. We don't pay a lot of mileage for the county cars, but, we do some, so.
And I still think with a little lower mileage reimbursement rate, it would incentivize using the county car more, I guess. So I think that's a good approach. Even if Jeff's driving. Interest in approval at those rates or something different?
It's good to me, I'll approve it.
Support.
We have a motion from Loring, support from DeBoer to set the fiscal year 25-26 mileage and meal reimbursement rates at $40 per day for per diem and 50 cents per mile. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign. We have approval. Salary appointments were presented. Not that I have a problem with it, but is it necessary to do like the board clerk
No,
thing separately?
no.
Okay,
It's
so you
just,
see the weed commissioner one listed separately, so that's kind of what even though it's the same
Oh.
employee.
yeah, it has a different employee number because it's paid out of a separate department. And that you're not really approving the elected official salary, you're just approving the deputies and the clerks and the secondary road guys. Because you already approved the elected officials at budget time. That's just our little spreadsheet that we use in the office
Okay.
for payroll purposes.
Thank you for clarification. A motion from Schulte,
Support it.
support from Loring for approval of the salary appointments. Any further discussion?
My only question was on EMS, is it Trinity or is it Allison's?
Both of them are. Is Trinity your husband? Yeah, both of them are on the crew.
Oh. I think-
One's a driver, maybe. I think he's a driver, and then she's
Oh,
a
okay.
EMT, I believe.
I missed Allison, I wrote.
Oh, yep.
Okay.
I'm curious why were some of them blank?
Because they don't have their appointments back yet.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to approve those later on, because I didn't get those back, so
Okay.
we tried.
Any further questions or discussion? Hearing none, those in favor of the motion for approval of salary appointments signify with aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Alright, we will next look at drainage percentage for stamped warrants. As we talked about at a
6%.
recent meeting, and 6% is where we're at. Do we want to stick with that?
I'll make a motion, we stay with the 6%.
Support.
We have a motion from Helmer, support from Loring for establishing or staying with the 6% for stamped warrant percentage. Any further discussion? Without any, those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. We have a solutions contract.
So, now we're done with our 5-year a contract with them. So for 5 years, it didn't go up, the cost didn't go up. Well, we're done with that. And Solutions or Harris Company no longer offers that plan. So it went up 22%, which we all knew at budget time. So it went up $8,361 roughly for a year. But, like I said, we hadn't had a 5-year increase, so that's where we're at.
We have much for options, like I said with Abby.
We don't have
I don't
much
know, we have another option available to us really, but.
There's only another software company that does county, and they're not, haven't heard great things on them either, so.
And again, ISAC is looking at trying to put something together that would be a similar service, but that's a ways out, I'm sure.
So there's no really great options out there. They're slowly getting better.
I'm not gonna say that very loud.
No, I'm not.
I would make a motion for that solutions agreement.
Support.
A motion from Helmers, support from Schulte for approval of the solutions agreement. Further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor of approval signify with aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. We are to consider resolution 57, amended resolution 57 for drainage assessments.
So what happened on this drainage ditch 39 main tile? The law states there had to have a $5 minimum on there, and there were so many parcels that were under the minimum that they had to pay the $5, that it put the balance at $3,500 instead of the $2,500 that the board previously approved to have the ending fund balance. So we decrease it instead of 2.50%, it's down 150 percentage. for assessments in that drainage ditch. That's like by Melvin area and in town, and their assessment was so little, but you had to pay at least a $5 minimum, and then that put us way over the fund balance that the board wanted to have in there, so that's why we were reducing it.
How does that get around the $5 minimum?
Well, they still have to pay the $5, but that increased the fund balances so much because we had so many parcels. So instead, when we figured out our assessment, we figured it'd be like, $1.82 they would have to pay, but the law says it's $5. So we have so many of it, it jumped it up from their small minimum to $5, and it increased the fund balance. Does that make sense?
But so this fund balance is different than what had been previously?
No, we're reducing the rate. Instead of, we previously approved at 250% percentage, but we reduced it to $1 or 150% collection on all of it. Drainage is complicated.
Yeah, sorry. I understand that would do that, but if
Yeah.
you're still under $5 and they have to pay $5, to me, it's still gonna create a bigger ending
Well, that's
balance.
that's why we reduced the rate, and then it won't. It'll still, because she ran the report, and we'll raise a $250 or $2,500 balance in that fund. We didn't run the report ahead of time because we wanted to know the percentage the board wanted to assess that drainage ditch. So at the 250%, it would raise you would have a $3,500 balance instead of the $2,500 balance. We're all in Melvin, so that's,
Okay.
it's all.
So none of them are still gonna be paying $5,
Yes.
but other
Yes.
ones are paying less.
Yes, yes.
That seems like it's not evenly distributed or accurately being.
Well, we're trying to get to
put
the
into
fund balance the board.
Accomplishes the fund
Yeah,
balance.
so that's why we reduced it. It's so complicated, this drainage, but I'm trying to explain it. I know it in my head, but try to explain it out of my mouth doesn't always make sense sometimes.
To me, it would be more equitable to the landowners to increase it then, so that $5 actually is representative of their portion. Otherwise, they're paying disproportionately.
Town people are paying just more than they really need.
Normally had to, yeah.
Interest on amended resolution number 57.
I'll make that motion.
Support.
We have a motion from Helmers, support from Schulte for approval of amended resolution number 57, drainage assessments. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify with aye. All those opposed, same sign. I will mark as abstain, please. Resolution number 60 would be budget appropriations for fiscal year 25-26. Sorry, let's step back to the last one. Mr. Schulte, how do you vote for the resolution? Mr. Loring, how do you vote for the resolution on drainage assessments? Mr. Helmers, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mr. DeBoer, how do you vote? And I would abstain. Is there interest in proceeding on resolution number 60?
already has been approved. We just have to do a formality of a resolution for next fiscal year to.
Motion. Support.
The guys that went on vacation and missed most of this were the ones that were gonna make it, but thanks for doing that, Jerry. We have a motion from Loring and support from Helmers for approval of resolution number 60. Any further discussion? Snide comments? They should have probably not been offered at all. Hearing none. Mr. Loring, how do you vote? Mr. Helmers? Mr. DeBoer?
Aye.
Mr. Schulte?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Resolution number 61 is our next consideration for Osceola County Precinct Election Official and Support Staff Compensation Policy.
I had it in the budget to give them $1 an hour raise, so they're up to $15 an hour for this coming year.
I'll make that motion on resolution 61. Support that.
Any further discussion? A motion from Schulte and support from DeBoer for approval. Hearing none. Mr. Schulte, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mr. DeBoer?
Aye.
Mr. Helmers?
Aye.
Mr. Loring? I vote aye. Backside of that copy is our resolution 62 for the weed destruction program.
It's a yearly thing too, and I will, if the board approves it, then I will publish it in the paper.
Make a motion for resolution 62. For the program of weed destruction.
Is it Jeff? Sorry. Support, or a motion by Helmer, support from Loring for approval of resolution 62, order for the program of weed destruction. Any further discussion regarding that? Hearing no discussion. Mr. Helmers, how do you vote? Mr. Loring? Mr. Schulte? Mr. DeBoer? And I vote aye. And we have resolution number 63, an interfund loan for EMS.
Yeah, we have to pay back the $100,000 by June 30, and then I think they're gonna need it again for next fiscal year to support the payroll and claims out of the ambulance fund for $26,000. I mean, their reserves are gradually building. It's just gonna take some time.
Make a motion on resolution 63.
Motion from Schulte, support from DeBoer for approval of resolution 63, the interfund loan. Any further discussion? Hearing none. Mr. Schulte, how do you vote? Mr. DeBoer? Mr. Loring? Mr. Helmers? And I vote aye. We are to consider cancel of warrants and checks outstanding for more than a year. Do we know how many that is or what that
No, I
totals
don't
to?
know what it is. If they've been issued more than a year, then Becky redeems them. And if the person wants to get paid, then she just writes a treasurer's check to them. We don't have very many of them. Very far and few in between, but it's just something that Dave Dindal, our auditor, wants us to do yearly so we can get them off the books.
Motion for that.
Yes, please.
Support.
We have a motion from Loring, support from Helmers to approve the canceling. I'm sorry, Loring, support from Schulte. Thank you. To proceed with canceling warrants or checks outstanding for more than 1 year. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor of the motion signify with aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Let's look at the June 1st pay app for jail project. Is that the previous packet?
I think you took it home.
Oh, I probably did. That one I thought.
Because it
Okay.
wasn't in your, here's, you can have this one here, you can look at it. You have to sign it anyway. I was gonna email, I was gonna text you that and I didn't.
It might be in here. My only question is going through our claims this month, or this week. 2129, claim 2129 under the courthouse for Bogie portable toilets. Is that part of the process? The jail remodel, it lists.
Yeah, they're portable stuff.
We went,
That would normally be a contract.
why would that not be part of the construction process that we approved for?
Well, I had the same thing on this, I brought this up once before on this pallet jack. Why is that our responsibility?
That's in these claims currently, or?
In this jack here, and we've had that once before.
Yeah.
Because I brought it up once before.
What?
Is that before we? Okay,
This has been one of the claims, because I brought it
okay,
up, because
okay.
To me, if they're in here and part of this process, if we don't go over the bid amount, that's part of the, potentially part of the process. If it's a change order, that's a different story. But to have that porta pot going through the regular claims and not the construction process, I don't get that.
And then they're charging us tax on it too yet.
Well, that shouldn't be.
$24.50.
I'll have to scratch that. That shouldn't be paid. But he should have all of our, we had to give him all of our exempt forms. He has all that. I had to provide that to him.
Okay, Jack, is that a rental? Or did we buy it, or what's the
No,
deal?
he said last week we bought it, right?
It's always been
It was
bought.
brand new. It was sitting in Reggie's garage. Looked like a brand new pallet jack.
I understood that we bought it.
Yeah, I thought.
Well, there's a separate line on your job toilet for pay app for the construction process.
I understand what you said, well, I kind of do, Jason, but Keith, maybe you can enlighten me. How does that work? I know several of these little excavators are rentals. It says it right on the side. They rent them for, and then we have to pay for it?
A lot of, part of the contractor's needs and methods, when you're paying for like materials in place or construction, you're paying for them to bring the equipment and the materials and construct it. If the contractor doesn't have the equipment they need, they will rent the equipment they need, but that's buried in the cost of the
Well,
item.
that was my question. Somewhere along the line, that must be,
Yeah, we don't normally see that itemized in our billings. You know, we like, say for instance, we're paying for gravel in place. If the contractor wants to rent a piece of equipment, that's fine. We're still paying gravel in place at the unit price for that gravel. We're not paying
so
separately.
somewhere in that contract, that rental for that, those excavators are buried in there. And we're stuck.
Yeah, when a contractor gives you a price for material in place, that's the amount of labor and equipment and material itself that they need to put that in place. But we don't normally see that broken down. Now, if you did
So I won't be in here.
if you did a time and materials contract or a force account contract, you might see it broken down that way, but that's not normal for us.
I just hate to pay for equipment. I get it, Keith, but.
So it's on there.
No, I can't.
That Boji's portable toilets is in this claim, so it really shouldn't be in here, should it? Or
Yeah, I mean, like for
do you
instance,
pay
we
them all
had our
separate?
shop.
I mean, we
bill
shouldn't have
down
to
here.
prove this and have it in claims,
They
should
were
we?
coming from down by Greene County somewhere. Instead of mobilizing and bringing equipment up, they needed to dig our foundation. They just ran an excavator real close and dug it.
I mean, we had to put in the claims to
Sometimes
pay for
it's
it.
cheaper for them to just rent local
I
equipment
get it.
than it is to
So you're saying
mobilize
that
and
if
bring
it's
their
in the
equipment up.
claims,
You know I
if
don't
we
care
pay
for
that,
the
we don't
man,
have
so.
to do the claims, or
This pallet
you don't
jack's
think we
got
should have
All
paid
of,
it at
all
all?
of them in here have separate, have always had separate lines in the claims, okay.
He says they needed to get in.
Put stuff in place in the building.
I think that's a contractor's means and methods. I mean,
So then the county has to sell it then, when we're done with it?
I don't think.
We bought it.
It's very odd that they make you pay for a piece of
But
equipment
a nice
that they
good floor.
They
to move
need
the
to
stuff around.
get the job done.
If they need weight to it.
Right, but if it's part of their overall
If we got billed last
contract
month,
value,
or now again.
They had it broken down originally.
It'd be ours when it's over.
I'm surprised it would be ours, I'm surprised they didn't.
I would think it'd be there, they would keep it.
But-
Sales tax
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You weren't here last year. That little gasket.
you should have been here last week then, when that generator with, thanks to, what, you guys or Mike O'Connor, somebody lined up Bruce Raveling to come and,
Offload that.
Set it?
yeah,
They had a miscommunication on their crane. We had a generator show up on a truck and no crane to unload it.
and I'm amazed that they had the crane by the sheriff's office and a walkie-talkie trying to, I was amazed by that, because there's no way I could do that, so I was amazed.
They had Raveling to come in.
Yeah.
unloaded it.
Short notice.
And then they'll have to come back and set it.
But they couldn't come up the driveway, because if the crane was so big, it would ruin the driveway, so they had to put it in the sheriff's office. We had all the cars were over there, so we had to move all the cars, we had a rental car. Maybe you should have been.
Oh, I better stay away. Every time I come up to the courthouse, I look at it and
Show up early or something.
They had the wrong date, the crane had the wrong date, somebody had the wrong date.
Someone didn't schedule the crane on the correct day.
So then we had to have another crane to come in to put it in place, right?
Yes. Well, they had to cancel the train in Falls. It was scheduled for a different day.
I mean, shout out to Raveling, said they had the equipment available to come in the last minute to do that for us. I mean, honestly here.
so you're saying the toilets are in our claims? I didn't look that close.
I hadn't caught that before, but everything that's approved in here gets listed in our claims separately too, so
Oh, it is?
it's part of the construction project. It's just,
We'll have to make a change to not pay tax, because we shouldn't pay tax on that. You should have all that tax exempt stuff.
Do they have somebody else lined up to unload it? Not Raveline?
So that was one thing you wanna watch for.
Yeah, next set of claims.
Should it have to be billed twice, or
Yeah.
the contractor should have to eat some of that?
The contractor needs
If it was their scheduling issue that caused them to have to get someone different.
So was that it, that Winger then? Is that that electrical line for Winger?
Well, when you're an
Yes.
electrician.
Yeah,
So somebody.
So if they
That's
never
done.
exceed the 1,085,000 contract value, I guess we really don't have
It's just a done
the
deal.
leg to stand
If
on.
someone tried to
Pay
submit a
two
change
cranes.
order to say.
If there's
we
a
have
change order for
Yeah.
crane, two
Yeah.
cranes, then
Then you would deny that change order
Do
because
that.
that was not a owner-driven issue, that was a contractor, next, foul up, or
and
It may not become a thing, but yeah.
they may not submit it.
Yeah.
but Ravens came within a couple hours of being called.
Yeah.
I mean,
And they did pick off your chiller.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So there might be.
the
So
chiller
Raven
off
might
that
bill you
roof.
separately.
And that-
I don't, yeah.
Yeah, and that, I mean, we knew that was coming because
Yeah.
Stanton's had a trailer that we were
Yeah.
putting it on.
Just
Yeah,
part of it just
Yes.
needs to come down, right?
Yeah,
yes,
maybe do
yes,
something with
Or picking the chiller off.
yes. But, you know,
But you should ask, you should
There's
ask them
something-
for a discount since the crane was already
there's just something about small town living that people at the drop of a hat can come and do it. You don't get that in a big city, I'm sorry. But
Yeah.
we're very fortunate that we live where we live. And Ravens were willing to do that. I don't know why the cement's not poured either yet for that. There has to be a reason, I just don't know why.
Don't look too close, Jerry.
There was 5 guys standing here doing nothing.
I mean, don't look too close at their concrete work.
I'm already wondered what the hell that was.
It's called trusting styrofoam to hold back concrete.
Doesn't work real well. Doesn't work real
Instead
well.
of putting actual form boards up. Yeah. Yeah, it all gets covered.
Leroy, is that working okay, having the vent the other way? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I have been getting a lot of complaints. Now, maybe you guys think they're fast. I'm getting a lot of complaints from the public saying, this is a slow frickin' process.
It's gonna take, I mean, it was gonna take a long time no matter what. You know, I mean, the days they're not here when you want them here, but that's with any project, I mean.
I think they waited several weeks before they started because they knew there was, the walls were not gonna be ready in a timely fashion. So I think they were trying to time their construction with the walls.
I didn't know that they're coming.
That's what we kind of
Pre-built.
I'm just telling what people,
Yeah, if the walls aren't built to sit there, it doesn't matter if they knocked it out quick and then they're gone and.
I didn't realize they were pre-built coming in. I thought they were doing it on site, but the sites are, I didn't know.
I mean, I told them it's gonna be a year and a half project. And that's what all schools.
Well, I don't,
People will be there to say,
the concrete precast shouldn't be made.
But I suppose part of that, we didn't put our blessing on the project till what, just right before the first of the year. Kind of drug our feet.
I'm not gonna argue with you.
No, I'm just stating that's
yeah,
why.
they may have approved contracts from last July that they're building forms for or building walls for that are gonna get rolled out before ours, but I guess I can see where the pallet jack can be run through, but I like the catch of the tax on it. We shouldn't be reimbursing for paying tax on it.
No, we shouldn't. I'll make sure we clarify that in the.
I'd suggest if we're gonna consider approval of the pay application, that we reduce the
2450 or whatever it was.
MCC reimbursement by $234.53 until they show a receipt that it was paid without tax. Or do you want to just take the tax off?
We just take the tax off. We do that all the time. We just take the tax off it, and if they want something more, they contact us. But they, yeah.
I'd like to know what that pallet jack cost us. Because if we had a bill go through last time and now this time again.
This is the second time it's come through here.
Yeah. I'd like
I'll
know-
have to, who is that vendor to? Let me go check to make sure.
Well, it's reimbursement to Midwest Construction. So
We'll have to look
The last time we okayed the pay order, this was in
So it's in May, okay. Okay, but that all goes to Midwest Group though, right?
and that doesn't mean it's submitted as a reimbursable this time. Maybe, does he just keep adding to it and it just keeps getting a deeper list, or?
Okay, I will check that out.
You can have that.
I have Jason's. I have the other pay app, so I can look.
That's the total we're approving today.
Whoops, they wrote on yours.
400 and something, isn't it?
456,495.70. John claims that some of them didn't submit a bill in May, so that's why it's so much, because I questioned that too, it's like nothing's being done, why is it 400 and some thousand? He said because someone didn't submit a bill the last time, so it was like double 2 months of her paying them. That's what he told me.
What's that?
John, I was wondering why it was so high, because it seems like nothing was getting done, and he said some of the contractors didn't submit a bill in time for the last month, so we're paying for 2 months worth of work, is what John told me.
Because at this rate, we're gonna be out of money and we're not gonna have a building.
it'll be $8 million.
More than what we think. Just leave the check in Rochelle's office.
Oh, don't do that. Said don't do that.
Well, are we interested in proceeding on approval of the pay application? I don't want to start pissing contractors off and have them say, you think you're going slow now? Just wait, you didn't pay us. But I don't think we should be going through another one of these without our construction consultant here or available. I don't know why we're asking all these questions and the one we're paying to manage the project isn't here to address it. So,
Paying for every trip down there.
Yes. $150 last time he came down to tell us that we told him to move that generator.
Yeah.
and to me, we've got a maximum that we're paying him on if it doesn't exceed that, I figure he probably bid that all into his numbers when we accepted them, so while I don't like it, be approved up to that amount.
I can see paying less that sales tax they charge us.
I did figure that, the total of this claim is $456,495.64, less $24.50 is,
Did you find out about that pallet jack?
No, because it's billed to Midwest Group. I thought it was billed to a company where we bought it from, and I could check vendor, but I would have to check back in the last pay.
submitted.
Okay, I'll,
Or do you want to take that whole amount off until we know that it hasn't been submitted before? That'd be my thought.
You guys decide that.
Contractor's not gonna be upset about a $500 pallet jack if you defer it to the next bill if you got questions on it. You're not gonna be concerned about that much money. So if you have questions on it, I would defer that fully.
I would encourage a motion that takes the full price of that pallet jack off of the pay app request, making the approval at $456,121.15.
Sounds good, I'll make that motion.
Or
We have a motion from Schulte, support from Loring, that would be approval for the pay application less the full amount shown for the pallet jack that shows it was to be reimbursed to Midwest Construction Consultants. The total amount of approval would be $456,121.15. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor of approval signify with aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. You want me to sign this? Or
there's a lot of things you have to sign, so you can do it now or later.
you want a note on there when I sign that
Yeah.
total was reduced to,
Yeah.
okay. Reconsider opening the south entrance of the courthouse.
I think it would be a good idea.
you almost gonna have to, ain't you?
Yeah, we don't have a lot of parking out there. And
I know yesterday when I come walking up here, there was some wet gravel out there, and I was slipping on that.
because we were afraid we might have to, at one point, close up the driveway too for a couple days when they get stuff put into place.
Where they got that cut,
Yeah.
the electric's gonna go.
I don't know if you saw the sign, Keith and Brian helped me, and Mike helped me put dead end, so that
Yeah.
people know that. Then I have,
I mean,
yeah, I know.
I see Leroy parked in.
Yeah,
No, we're two,
they saved one spot for me this morning, so,
yeah.
so if you close that, or then we'll have to park around on the street or what?
Yeah, we're trying to park like we've been using the Baptist church, and someone's parking out there. But then when that last windstorm came up, thank goodness we weren't parked out there, because some of the cars would have been damaged from the trees.
You just drive right up to the door, Leroy.
And call.
Right over the lawn.
Drive right on the lawn, yeah.
Well, I think
The close sign.
it's gonna happen,
I would,
The lawn is a mess anyways.
yeah.
and people will do that.
I don't have a problem with you, I don't care if you drive up to the front door.
Well, I'll find a way somehow.
Just call up, I'm sure one of the girls will move your car.
Yeah, we can do that, just add that. I just don't think we have a choice at this point.
yeah, I think the closing of that is just temporary when they do their
Temporary,
crossing.
Yeah.
And that'll open back up.
I would say let's open the south entrance.
I'll support, is that a motion?
Yeah.
And then motion by Schulte, support from Helmers to reopen the south entrance of the courthouse.
Did we put a timetable on that or?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I already posted a sign out there that handicap accessible is on the north side, just so people know that, or, you
Yeah.
know.
Right.
So then, the north side will be locked.
Well, it's still open, but, I think we're gonna have to temporarily close it when they do some construction for maybe a day or two, I'm hoping.
And they got the cement marked, they cut it out.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it can't be long because that's our only handicap accessible place point in the building.
And John implied, I mean, a day, because they
Yeah.
cut it out, tear it back, and then they gotta get some sort of concrete put back in there.
So that's the way it sounded, they were gonna do that right away.
But with our luck,
It
it'd
should
be
just be able to go right away. I mean,
court day or something like that, so we need to,
We tried to push them for a Saturday, but.
Yeah.
Over that.
so, yeah.
Any further discussion on the south entrance or modification of the motion? Hearing none, those in favor of the motion to reopen the south entrance signify with aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Next, we would look to consider courthouse floors. I will share that I know our auditor asked if we wanted multiple bids, and nobody indicated that was needed. We were presented with her work to present someone, and then we backstepped and asked her to go back through the process. So I would encourage us to direct her accurately the first time the question is asked in the future.
Well, did we as a board tell her that?
We sat at this table, she asked if I'm gonna get bids for the flooring,
Yeah,
do you
I'm
want me to
pretty
get multiples?
This other quote, he's never done a courthouse before, so he couldn't give me an actual bid. He does 5 coats, and the other company does 3 on the floors and 4 coats on the steps, so.
And this
They both
one-
seemed very nice, but
This one, how many coats did this one get?
they get 3 coats on the floor and 4 coats on the steps.
So is that what was done last time? That many
I don't
coats?
remember how many was done the last
That's
time.
just another coat to get off when you do it again.
Yeah,
I'm curious, what have we averaged for redoing the floors as to how
Last-
often?
well, we need to do it yearly, and that has not happened, so I'm trying to get back on that. It was done November of '23, I thought it was done last year, but it wasn't, so I just need to get, but because we had problems with those floors out here, and they said if we had more sealant on and polish, that would help that, so we just need to be more,
It was well over a year
diligent in
prior to that, wasn't it?
oh yeah,
I don't remember it being that regular.
no, no, maybe every 2 years, 3 years, but I think we need to do it every year when they happen. Just changing,
What's the name of the deep clean carpet cleaning, George?
yes. And he included sales tax, and that comes off, so.
I'd make a motion on deep clean without the sales tax.
You support that?
We have a motion from Schulte, support from DeBoer to proceed with deep clean carpet cleaning at $3,200. No sales tax. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signify with aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign.
Did I get any of this motion or not?
Yeah, I think so. Pretty close.
Pretty close. So I'll leave this one alone.
All right, next we would look at claims. Conservation has 2, the Boston Water Service, and the courthouse has 1. Those are numbers 2157, 2158, and 2103.
Yeah, but it's okay. Okay.
I'll make the motion on the Bosma water.
Support. Motion from Schulte, support from Helmers for approval of the claims to Bosma Water Service. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signify with aye. Those opposed, same sign. I abstain. Next, look for approval for the remainder of the claims.
Make a motion.
We have a motion from Loring and support from DeBoer for approval of the remainder of the claims. I was just asking, yeah, I think maybe it's kind of caught my attention before, but not like that toilet one for some reason. So maybe just see if that needs to be included in claims, if it's approved as a pay app, or you
How else
can't
are we
do it.
gonna pay it? It'd have to be a separate claim process, and, because we still got, it's the same process whether they have a pay app or not. So it's, I mean, we can do whatever, we can do a separate pay app if you want, but it's the
Do a
same
separate-
process.
Separate section for just
Well, it's under Department 51.
project costs. Okay.
I mean, you gotta tell me what you want, we can do it, it's just, it's the same process.
Should all be jobs.
All right, any further discussion on the claims? Hearing none, those in favor of approval signify with aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Anything under other business? We'll have my last Care Connections meeting next Monday. I don't know if I said it before, I did submit to be on the board for the ASO, the new district approach, and was notified that I wasn't selected, but they still hadn't filled the public elected official ones. Some BS note about, well, we don't want too many from one county and this and that. We only have so many open spots. Like, yeah, elected official is one of the open spots, and there's nobody from Osceola County on the board, so I don't see how either of those apply, but I'm not gonna be missing not having that meeting to go to, but it doesn't inspire confidence in me in the oversight or opportunity that board will bring to the ASO approach, but that's my opinion. Instead of a governance board, or well, instead of the regions and running the mental health system, these administrative service organization, ASO, has been selected for each district. And it's the same entity for all districts statewide. They just have to have different governance boards within each district. I think the Lyon County Sheriff was one of them selected. But I don't remember who all the other ones were. So I would guess it's somewhat, yeah. I thought a first year elected official is an interesting choice, but
Just hope it goes well, and we'll have my concerns.
and next Tuesday, I believe you have scheduled at 8:30 the swearing in of the county attorney. We aren't having a meeting or any need to be there, but if interested, that
Toby
is when
Cosgrove's
that'll
giving, or he's doing it, so.
Next Tuesday, be the first.
Yep.
At 8:30, you said?
Yeah. There's no meeting or anything, and it doesn't have to be in a meeting.
Got a doctor appointment that morning, so. What time?
8:30.
I'm trying to be here, don't want that.
Yeah, she's moved here already, so.
It'll be hard at 9:30. I won't be there either.
Anything further?
They opened up a new cabin at Willow Creek. My wife's college roommate from Chicago was there with 3 city kids, and they had a ball, so everything was wonderful. We said it's so, okay.
Nice little place.
Yeah,
And look inside.
it's very nice. Yeah.
Where did, anybody know where things stand with that silo painting at Hawkeye Point? Or, you know, that artist was, they were looking for a place for him to stay, but,
September maybe, in August,
oh,
September.
later.
I don't know if they're gonna stay in no treatment too, wouldn't they, or?
Well, that was kind of booked up. I think they were still, some of the days were open, but I think the beginning, we didn't really have a certain date. They didn't get the State Farm grant.
They did?
They did.
Did not.
I think that was 50,000 they planned on.
I think they're still looking for some money, aren't they?
I think so.
Has anybody applied that farm credit?
I don't remember which ones they all applied.
That's it, they got different levels. If you get the big one, it's a good five or 10,000 dollars.
You said farm credit. I
was
can
thinking
reach
the
out
one
to
that
Mike
they
and ask.
planned or was hoping for, they didn't get it, I believe.
Melvin will have their 125th next June, on the 20-something, this week. And they will be on the county conservation grounds there. So, in the process of getting things in line already, so. That will be Melvin's 125th, so.
May City did get their dram shop finally through, so the county did approve it, so. Hopefully they get their license in the next day or two. Within like 5 minutes, you know, as soon as I have it, I approved it, and that whole process was very stressful for Nick and for me.
Ashton has their town celebration this weekend, I think. Town and Country. Ashton Town and Country Days, I think.
The fair will be here before you know it.
Yeah, we had some damage on the fairgrounds too. Nothing major, but trees and some fence was blown out and some steel on the roof. A few places got loose and nothing major, but yeah.
The fair the week of July 14, like 16 to 20, whatever.
Let me see, once I gotta think about that. Yeah, no, it's like the 17th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th.
All right. Anything further or interested in adjournment?
Chantry's daughters is going to be in my office this week. We have that training on Thursday and Friday in Storm Lake. So it's open, just minimum. But she'll do great. So.
All right.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
A motion from DeBoer, support from Loring for adjournment. Those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign.